Good morning and welcome everyone. I'm Gordon Jensen. I was chair of the planning committee for this workshop, and we're thrilled that you can be here. A couple of just business items. Bathrooms are across the lobby here. There'll be coffee at our breaks. Lunch will be out here as well. For the folks watching the webcast of the workshop, we're not set up to receive any questions via the web, so if you try, they won't go anywhere. But this conference is being recorded and will be available on the web in the future. So with that introduction, let me jump right into a brief overview of the
animal products
workshop.
Now, does anyone know why animal products have a lot of these jobs? Where, in fact, is vitamin?
What is that? We're in the clear? Somebody's infiltrated our workshop. Anyway, I absolutely do want to thank the planning committee. I think they've done a fantastic job, but let us know when it's all over what you think. But a lot of work did go into this. So I do want to thank Elaine and Julie and Katie and Mary Pat, Nancy, Robert, Susan, and Uchi for a fantastic job. This was put together really over about 6 months. So it really has evolved very quickly. And there's certainly additional information in your booklet about the planning committee, about the speakers, if you're interested in any more detail. And certainly feel free to approach any one of us with suggestions or questions. I'm not going to introduce individual speakers or anything now, but I just want to take a moment to give kind of a brief overview of the workshop in its entirety. This first session here is really an introduction and background session, and we've got 3 speakers lined up for that. Then we have a quick coffee break, and then session 2, which comprises the rest of the morning, is really about emerging physiological insights in relation to nutrition, diet, and aging. Then we have a lunch break. And then the afternoon sessions switch over to sort of emerging insights with a more ecological focus. Have a host of speakers for that. Let me just mention at the end of all the sessions except this first one this morning, we have panels. And that's when we would take questions. For the first session this morning, this introductory session that I'll moderate, we don't have a panel. And what we'll do is take a question or two after each of those speakers. And I know we've got speakers in the audience, so just let me reiterate that everybody's got 15 to 20 minutes. And I just know from past experience, some of us tend to go on a little bit. We've got a little red sign light that will go on up here, and then I've got a big hook as well. So try not to drone on, because we really do need to. We've got a busy agenda here, and we're going to try to stick to it as best we can. And then session 4 here at the end of the day. This afternoon is going to be focused more on national programs, and we've got a cadre of speakers lined up for that as well. And in the morning we start over again, but it's not a full day. Start with just a welcome and recap, and then a very busy session that comprises the entire morning focused on the role of the community and food sectors, followed by a break and a panel. So you can see it's a pretty ambitious agenda. We'll try to stick to it as best we can. I think there will be opportunity for a lot of give and take. Like I say, all the sessions except this very first one will have panels at the end. And then the very last session tomorrow is a key priority for this workshop, which is to identify knowledge gaps and research priorities. And there'll be opportunity for some open discussion as well. Now, there have been some previous initiatives that the Food and Nutrition Board has undertaken, focused on nutrition and aging. I've had the pleasure of participating in both of these, which probably suggests I've been around here a while. But the first one, big report, was released in January of 2000. This was a very ambitious undertaking, and this particular monograph is called "The Role of Nutrition in Maintaining Health in Nutrition's Elderly, Evaluating Coverage of Nutrition Services for the Medicare Population." This report, you can still find it and order it online, identified multiple gaps in Medicare coverage for nutrition services, spanning everything from acute care to the community. Called for multiple changes in Medicare coverage. To be honest, most of them have not happened to date. Two have that we'll take credit for, which is the report ultimately resulted in enhanced coverage for nutrition counseling for diabetes and pre-dialysis renal failure counseling. So some very positive things did come out of this report, but a lot was left hanging. Second undertaking released March of 2012 was a workshop summary on nutrition and healthy aging in the community. This bunch of the folks who are participating in this workshop also participated in that one. It identified a host of key knowledge and research gaps and priorities, focusing on the community setting. And probably one of the most key things to come out of it was a very high priority to target care transitions, whether it's acute to home, acute to any, to skilled nursing, what have you. And that is a topic for this workshop as well. So the Food and Nutrition Board has been really very invested in nutrition and aging topics, and we hope to continue those themes. Well, jumping forward to our first speaker, I want to acknowledge that the AARP Foundation was the key sponsor helping to support the workshop here today and tomorrow. And Lisa Marsh Ryerson, president of the AARP Foundation, is here with us and is going to share a few remarks in a moment. She joined the foundation in 2013, and prior to that, she served 18 years as president and CEO of Wells College in Aurora, New York, and then came to Washington, D.C., so quite a change. She has a Bachelor of Arts from Wells College, a Master of Science degrees from the State University of New York College at Cortland, and an honorary doctoral degree in Humane Letters from the State University of New York. So thanks again to Lisa and the AARP Foundation. Come on up.